IVM.
You are the most valuable investment you will ever make. Hi, I'm Zarina Poonawalla, your leadership coach, life coach, and emotional intelligence coach. You probably know me from the Empowering series, and this is my new show, the Life Manifesto with Zarina Poonawalla. I'm going to coach you to be the best version of yourselves. So get ready to create, attain, and manifest the life you've always desired and make it your reality. Welcome back to the second part of how to create healthy boundaries. So I do remember asking you to allow these thoughts to simmer with you for a little while, and I hope that you've managed to do so. If you have, then it's time for us to move on and talk about some more effective ways of creating healthy boundaries. Learn to say no. This is the biggest problem, and I think this is a brown problem, okay? And especially for us Indians, we just have this problem all the time. We never say no, and that's why we're usually in a situation of over-promising and under-delivering, right? We say yes to everyone and everything. So take this example in a small one. Your neighbor probably is asking you to, take their aunt out for shopping, and their aunt is in town for a few days. But your neighbor is busy at work. Well, if you're free, please go. By all means, please do. But if you are putting your life on hold while your friend or your neighbor needs you to go for this little shopping spree, you need to say no. If someone asks you for a loan and you're used to this person going around asking for money and you know that this person has no intention of paying back, don't fall prey to their con. Say, I have a strict policy. I don't borrow or lend amongst my people. And there are no exceptions to this rule. Or if you want to be softer, I don't think I'm in a position to lend you money at the moment or right now. Just learn to say no without being apologetic. Your time is precious too, and it's not coming back. If I've learned anything since the pandemic has started, it's most positively this. My time around here is precious, so whether I choose to sleep instead of partying or read instead of socializing, it's my time and it's not coming back. I want to do right by myself. While, of course, going out of your way for people is great and you must. It's an act of kindness, it's an act of compassion, but not at your own cost. Know your limits. This I often discuss in sessions, and I like to call this the borderline. Alright? So you might want to try this out. Journalize a list of people who often break their boundaries with you. Write the reason they do so, and lastly, the reason you have given them to make them do so. Once you've journalized the borderline, nice and easy. You don't have to go all out saying no all of a sudden if it's going to risk your relationships, because people aren't going to understand your sudden change, right? So transition. Use the borderline to guide you with probably, let's say, your mom, if she often intrudes in your private space. Now, this is how you want to start dealing with it. That one aunt who constantly asks about whether you're getting married or having children, and you usually indulge her. This is the way you're going to deal with it, and this is the way you're going to use the borderline now. And this is how you will tackle her the next time you interact with her. So it is important to just have the borderline in front of you, where you've put in the list of people who often break their boundaries with you, the reasons or the reason that they do so, and the reason you have given them to make them do so. Lastly, respect others' boundaries as well. Now, I know this one is a little ironic, but those who don't have boundaries often believe others don't have them either. And when people cut you out or show you where they draw the line, you find it offensive, okay? So how could she refuse? You find it offensive, okay? Like, how could she refuse? I do so much for her and she couldn't do this one thing for me. Or you might just get easily offended because you have raised your expectations too high. Or you feel like you've done so much for this person, you've crossed all your limits and boundaries, and they're not willing to cross a little pond for you. Okay? You've crossed oceans, but they aren't willing to do the same for you. So I reckon you respect people's boundaries as well. And And in fact, really help your closed ones to actually create boundaries if they don't have any. If you can do that, trust me, you will be successful in your relationships at work and at home, professionally and personally. Because not only will you understand the importance of setting boundaries, you will also help others understand it better and you will respect it better. Now, I want you to listen to this very closely, okay? If you've had the wrong idea about boundaries, then you might want to get this. Boundaries aren't walls you build around you, which are meant to keep people out of your life and shut yourself out. No, on the contrary, look at boundaries as an armor to protect your sanity, your value, and your dignity. So remember, if you want to grow and you don't want to be a doormat, and you want to be that door that can open and shut at its own whims and fancies without disrespecting people, without taking advantage of people, and also valuing yourself, create healthy boundaries. In the meanwhile, do what you love, and if you don't like something, go ahead and change it. The power is within you. Thank you for tuning in to the Life Manifesto with me, Zarina. If you find the show useful, then please share it with your friends, family, and co-workers. You never know, you may just help someone become the best version of themselves. And if you want to align your life with some signature masterclasses, certification courses, and live sessions with me, go check out and download my app, Life Manifesto with Zarina Poonawalla, available on Play Store or Apple Store. And if you have any suggestions or anything that you would like to share with me, get in touch with me on my social media handles. I am at Zarina Poonawalla on Instagram and LinkedIn, and at Zarina Speaks on Twitter. See you in the next episode.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Storytellers and Storysellers, Vineet talks to founders Dinesh and Vivek about the path-breaking changes their AR edugaming startup Play Shifu has brought about. On Think Fast, Varun and Suchita talk to communications consultant Karthik Srinivasan. He shares his insights on brand stories, woke culture, and regional content. On Cyrus Says, a cock and bull episode with ex-producers Naveen Arona and Abbas Momin. Cyrus asks if they ever participated in a fancy dress competition. On All Things Policy, the Takshashila Institute folks discuss the importance of digital equity in achieving true progress. And on Probation se Promotion Tak, Abhinav gives us tips to be mindful of before seeking a mentor. Also, just one quick announcement for everybody. We would like you to check out the new version of our Android app. It's available on the Play Store. It's a really interesting take on how to listen to podcasts. Do give it a look and let us know what you think. We're open to feedback on all of our social media channels. We're IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Also, do remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. Word of mouth really does help. And don't forget to rate us on any of the platforms you're listening to us on. And you can also check us out on YouTube. And we have a number of channels there at ivmpodcast.com/YouTube where you can take a look at them. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Bank of Baroda and CoinSwitch Kuber. Thank you so much for making this possible.
We know you love fast food,
Fast fashion,
faster payment.
lightning fast internet speed.
Then why not fast information?
On Think Fast, where we discuss the latest developments in the world of technology, business, marketing, pop culture.
With a side of sarcasm and my dad jokes, not just mine.
Not mine, Varun. My jokes are funny. So join me, guys, the funnier one, Suchita Salvan, co-founder of LBB.
And me, Varun Dugirala, the co-founder of The Glitch, as we think fast only on the IVM network.
Fresh episodes out every Monday.
On the IVM app, website, or wherever you get your podcast from.